Yo. I mean, I kind of told you so. Something I haven't looked at today is this, which is interesting. Right? This is finally looking like it wants to break out, but it's like it's so close. Like it's there, but it's not there. Or you get what I'm saying? Like it's so close, right? It's so close because look at this. Fuck, this is so annoying. Right? We're finally seeing movement to the downside, right? And the reason why I was like pretty much sure now, like I said last week, right? We had, I mean, I really wanted to consider it a BOS, but I wasn't sure just yet because there's a chance that was just a liquidity grab. So I wanted to see how momentum would play out the next couple of days, right? But obviously, from there, right, the cool thing, technically 50% inefficiency, but we can obviously zoom in, and I'm sure we can find something. This was when? This was the 25th? Yeah, this was Monday. That's so irritating that I really missed this trade. Right? Inefficiency fill there. Let me see, did it reach 50% here? Sure did. 50% there. Not an inefficiency fill. Alright, so finding this is going to be a pain in the ass. Alright, it doesn't matter because it looks so much better on EU. And I know most of you guys probably saw it, which is, I didn't even do markups on it just because I wasn't like on the charts that day. But what I really liked was that rejection there. And then now we've broken this low. The fact that we've broken this low is now that we've essentially now taken out two very important lows from a swing basis. Right? So it's looking like potentially this could just either die and aim for this low here, or reject and then it becomes an actual shit show. It'll be a fucking mess. It looks so much cleaner on EURUSD, right? Like I said, right? Same thing here, right? Last week I was like, we're so close to breaking out. Like I really do want to see this break out, and you guys even saw me trying to catch. I actually caught Friday's low, but unfortunately Monday's low took out Friday's low and then gave the full reaction. Right, as you can see there, 50% there, but more importantly, the actual play here was I think Alex posted some charts on this too, but I saw this in the morning, right, when price was like around here. I was pissed, like I was like, wow, like I really missed that because I was asleep. I was like, okay, whatever, fuck it, right? But thinking of the scenario here, right? Let's see. Look. Right, we're approaching POI, right? This is London Open right here. That's London Open. As you can see, price substantially comes down, even takes out previous low, but nothing is present here. There is nothing there, right? Instability is shown. Why we came, we reacted. Did we react from exactly 50%? No, we didn't, but it was pretty close, right? So this happened, right? The reaction occurred, right? Strong bullish volume. That's showing optimism. It's showing that we want to push higher, or it's giving signs that it wants to, right? And then from there, there's two potential entries, right? if you wanted, that was potential inefficiency fill, right? And even came back, tapped equilibrium, partially tapped discount to then come higher, right? So now this reaction is shown, right? We leave equal highs, as you can see here. Right, we leave equal highs, right? This is a quote-unquote 90% retracement, right? We're not just going to trade this because it's a 90% retracement, but because we know that it rejected a very key POI. Our bias is bullish long-term, and right, so that reaction, 90% retracement, so now we just want to pull back. So looking at pullback, as you can see, it came back right to equilibrium, right, and tapped. Right, it tapped inefficiency there. Right, you didn't catch that inefficiency there. That's fine. Gave another reaction, and then from here, you could have easily taken a position. Right, if you wanted to be safe. All right, 2 pips there. I'm pointing this one out because realistically, if I didn't catch this low here, I probably would not have caught this. And realistically, I would have probably caught not this, because it didn't give full inefficiency. So realistically, I would have probably caught something here, right? 2 pip stop, 1.5 honestly, depending on how that's played, and that just rocketed, right? So obviously intraday target is that 2.93 to 1. That ain't shit, but that's my excuse to move my stop loss, right? So So that happened, right? And it went on to take out, I believe, previous highs. Right? Oh, that's going to be annoying. Right? So obviously you're targeting previous highs here, which it did. Right? Off that 2 pip stop, that's 132 pips. It's 88 to 1. That's fucking crazy. Right? 88 to 1, and you didn't even catch the bottom. That's insane. That's why I'm pissed off about this, because I didn't fully get that entry. And once again, during London, it gave another re-entry there. Unfortunately, that I didn't get that either. So this morning, right, it was a bit late. I think it was an hour after. It was at 10:45. Yeah, so an hour after overlap, right, we got this move. And it had tons of confluence, right? Open there. I believe it had the open there too. Yeah, so you see that's 2 opens. But since this is a pretty big SC, that SL is going to be pretty big, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for a reaction, depending on how it is. So right, so this, once again, big bearish move and unsupporting volume. Instability shown, reaction occurs, right? This re-entry here was a bit tricky. Honestly, I wouldn't have caught that re-entry. But now, after that reaction, we have a BOS shown, right? BOS shown. So now, right, we want any type of retracement, right? So obviously, at least equilibrium preferred discount. What did we get here? We got an inefficiency fill here. Right, inefficiency fill there. Easily, I think it's like a 2-3 pip stop. Oh, 6 pip. Okay, 5.5. Do 5 just to make those numbers pretty accurate. Right, so if you're going based off of that, you're aiming now for previous highs. And that's a 12 to 1. Right, pretty big stop. I don't like that. But that's just what the market gives us. Like, I can't sit here and tell you theoretically this, and this. I'm being more so realistically, these are the entries you would have caught. Like for me, this is more realistic to what I would have caught if these were in my trading hours. But that didn't happen, right? Shit happens, whatever. Next move. But now I am seeing you know, the behaviors that it's pulling off now, right? We had a large liquidity grab on no bullish volume, right? We reacted, broke structure there, came back to 50% of this inefficiency there, 50% there, right? And then fully broke structure here. So this looks like it wants to retrace. I want to see how far though. I honestly don't even have a POI anytime soon. This would be cool here. Yeah, that would be a cool entry there. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, just off the top of my head. So yeah, don't quote me on that. Cool, that's like right on 1.1. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's happening how we wanted it. Obviously, it took a fuck ton longer than we wanted it to, and that's cool. That's fine, because once we get the breakout, we now fully know. So now any pullback is our excuse to buy and just, you know, rack up that ROI there. But yeah, I really want to see how this week closes, and if we can close a strong bullish closure like this, how we're currently at right now, then that's solid. That will be great closure, and we will see EU moon. But yeah, it really just depends on the next daily closure, and then the weekly closure, and then from there, I feel like we'll be in the clear if we get what we want. Go over GA. I'm gonna do a pair breakdown this weekend on that, bro. It finally hit 1.85 target, so I'm gonna take the time to like pretty much lay it all out from like monthly to minute time frames. But yeah, let me check that out right now. Yeah, my target was 1.85. Yeah, that optimism is shown. Right, BOS there, recovering now. Potentially, this can rocket if these lows maintain, but the fact that these lows are pretty equal, right? I would like to see something in this wick. Right, just any type of spike down during London. You know how London goes, and then from there take it to the moon. That would be cool. But no, I'm gonna do a whole breakdown on this, because this was a This was a 30th of March, but I got it at the end, like midweek, so like the beginning of April. I held that for like a month and almost 2 months. Like 7 weeks. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so like 8 weeks, 8.5 weeks. But yeah, my monthly target was from that inefficiency here. The thing is, bro, is this monthly momentum, bro, like, fuck, this can just collapse, man. This can collapse. All right, we saw indecision shown, right? Indecision shown, bearish engulfing, and then the follow-up. So, it's like buying it, like I really don't want to buy it, because like I just have that feeling, you know. I get that feeling that the buy is just not gonna work out, because the potential of this fucking, let me see, the potential of this is fully on doing that is, well, it's obviously it's not gonna do that, but you get the point. That low must be broken, and then we'll probably then start seeing the retracement buys come back and then take it lower. But I do want to see this low taken out eventually. Cause like looking at this now, we got the BOS, but I don't know, man. Like I don't want to call this Wyckoff, bro. I really just don't want to call it Wyckoff. I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know. Because look, the same thing happened here, and I remember seeing this, right? And I was worried because my target was 1.85, and we are 1.87, and we had tapped 1.864. So as you can see here, right, the optimism was shown, right? And then we had the corrective structure, but then it failed, right? A good clue for that would have been that this optimism that was shown had unsupporting volume. The difference now is that the optimism shown came in with volume. That's what's scaring me, right? As you can see, it just jumped there. I know Nick is in buys, so I know he wants me to say buy, but I don't know, bro. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like 50-50. Let's see what happens by the time New York comes around. Yeah, it was 2k pips. It was 2k pips. Like literally to the T, 2k pips. Yeah, bro. It's just I'm very iffy now on just trading different pairs because like I don't know their behaviors. I haven't done the research on them. This one, I really I really want to be bullish on this, but it's being very indecisive, very indecisive. Did it tap? Yeah, it didn't even tap. This was the daily high. It didn't even tap that. This one's tricky here, right? We're showing the optimism is being shown, right? Optimism is being shown, but unsupporting volume. So when thinking of that, my narrative is now seeing bear flag potentially, and that's scary as fuck. You know, that's scary because if this continues lower, EG will continue higher, right? And if this continues higher, then this will now be accumulation, right? Pre-supply, selling climax, secondary test, spring, LPS1, LPS2, SOS, BULPS, and that is the completion of phase D. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's at a breaking point. My only issue with this accumulation here is just how slow it's happening. That's my only issue. Yeah, I cut this up. Yeah, no. You're talking about EG or you're talking about GU? This one died. I actually saw this happen. Um, right, so I really wanted to be bullish on this just because of structure and the fact that this had created a higher low. I believe that's what I said. But obviously this higher low failed to create a higher high, right? So now structure created a lower low, came back up, failed inefficiency there, and even tapped into premium. I can show you that. Yep, tapped into premium and then shorted off. But looking at this now, like just looking at how it's acting now, this if this fully breaks and holds there, right, then it starts pausing around. Then I would like to see the inefficiency fill here, tap, and then that would be a fat swing there. Yeah, it gets like that sometimes, bro. Like I'm very lucky that with EU, right, my bias originated from here. This is where my bias is coming from, right? Even though technically it's not a valid SC, technically, right? You could even call it. Let me see if ONDA has better pricing. Yeah, see, now this I would consider a more legitimate SC, but it's pretty much the same thing. Like it's the same price. So I just go ahead and say fuck it, just use the monthly. It's yeah, more effective. But if you really wanted to narrow it down, I mean, there's inefficiency fill there, and if you want to narrow it down more, right, you'd have to find an SC inside this wick here. But yeah, I mean, it's why I love EU. It's because I know what the bias is, because every time a monthly SC bounces, it's a fat move. Like key example, I will always use this example, and I will still be mad to this day that I didn't catch it. Same thing here, man. Same thing. Right? Same general idea. Even if it's not a fully valid SC there, right? The fact that it bounced makes it valid to me. But as you can see, a fucking monthly move, it moved 10%. 10% on a currency is fucking insane. For those of you that don't know that. 10% on a currency is fucking insane. Right, capped out at almost 13%. 13% on a currency, That's crazy. That's massive. And to have that happen in 2 months, that's insane. Right? So that shows that the potential in the monthly candles is there. So what I told myself this time, what I told myself for the past 2 to 3 months, it was like, yo, look, like the potential of monthly moves is phenomenal. So by me knowing that, I'm just like, you know what? Buy EU on an account and just store that account. Right? Who cares about the swap? Eventually the big move will outdo that swap. As long as your target is met. But you're obviously risking that because the target might never reach, right? But that's the risk I'm willing to take. 1, it looks pretty. 2, it's a lot of money. 3, it's great experience. So I mean, it's a win-win-win for me. So that's why I'm still like, holding those positions, even though I really shouldn't be. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that little talk for today. The monthly on DXY, actually, I haven't seen that. Fuck. I mean, now it's starting to look really good. Which is cool, because if we print the candle like this at the end of the week, because I think this Friday is this Friday? Friday is the monthly closure. Yeah, Wildcats is lit. Wildcats is lit. Shit, 1K to a mil. Do it over the span of 2 months. I mean, 2 months, 2 years. Yeah, bro. Fucking, what were we gonna talk about today? What was that topic that we were talking about earlier? Is Jamie on the call? Or is Jamie one of my Europeans? No, he's not on the call. But it's like, look. Alright, let's talk long term. Let's talk compounding. Let's talk. Because, bro, I get sick and tired of people trying to say that, oh, you cut a 200 pip swing, but you only made $400, $500. That's not worth it because you waited 2 weeks. And I'm just like, what? Bro, that's insane. Like how can you think like that? And I've heard like very, very top tier mentors say that. Like, not pointing out names, because for one, fuck them. But it's like, bro, like, do you not understand what the compound effect is? Right? And this is coming from people that also trade based off RR, not based off of pips. Right? If you trade based off of pips, okay, cool, that makes sense. I see where your perspective is coming from. But when somebody that trades high RR is telling me that a big swing like that only brings a low level of cash isn't worth it, that's insane. Because for one, it's not about the money, and that inclines me to believe that you don't make money. And 2, it's like, it's about the experience. Like, shit, I don't, like, I just made $500 on a 200 pip move that took me 2 weeks. Cool, right? It's not about the cash. Like, I just held a trade for 2 weeks. I didn't know I could hold a trade for 2 weeks, right? I just held a trade for 2 weeks. I just banked 200 pips, right? Now I'm going to see what I did right. I'm going to note that, and I'm going to move on to the next one, right? It's all about growth, development, etc., which is why I'm even doing that assignment now. When you guys send me your journals, like, bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. That is time consuming as fuck. That is so time consuming. Like, reading your journals and actually wanting to give you genuine, like, feedback, that shit is time consuming. Like, fuck, like, it's a lot. but I do it because it's very essential to your development, and I didn't have that, with my development. So I know that if you continuously journal, and I continuously and I give you your feedback, and it holds you accountable to send me those journals, then you're gonna get somewhere with this, right? Some people don't show me their journals. That's fine. That's cool. That's on you. Like that's fine. Um, but it's like, look, for somebody to come in and tell me something like that, that's extremely ignorant, and it dead ass triggers me, cause like I just don't understand. Like I really don't get that logic. Like that the perspective that individual is coming from is more so a greed perspective than a long term, than a longevity perspective, right? Because like I told you guys, I play the longevity game in anything I do. Fucking RCV, for example, bro. This is gonna this is gonna blow up with time, because I know that the material that I'm giving you guys, it's very good. Like I believe it's very good. So I'm gonna play the longevity game. I don't give a fuck what I make for the first 6 months to a year, even 2 years. But I know that with time, it'll compound, it'll get better, and not only that, but I'll get better as a trader too. And or even with school, right? I go to school for 4 years, right? My freshman year is just like, oh, like I don't want to be here. Why am I here? Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, I'm now about to be a junior. I mean, a senior. And that went by like this, right? In the span of those 4 years, I learned how to trade. I went through 4 knee surgeries. I learned a lot of shit. Like, it's crazy because I played the longevity game. And my advantage is the fact that I'm 21. Who is doing anything like this in this niche at 21? Nobody. So my advantage is my age. So I'm going to play the long-term game, because these guys are going to be 25, 26, 27. I'm going to be 22, 23. So it's all about the patience, and that applies to not only trading, to growing a business, to growing a relationship, to doing anything. Like now with anything, like I'm just patient, and if it doesn't work out, cool. On to the next. It's all about playing that longevity game. Like it really pays off. Like fucking Sergio's on here. Sergio can tell you about that shit. Sergio remembers when he started Visionaries. Like he can tell you about that. That's your cue, bro.
I mean, what do you want me to say, bro? Like,
This wasn't planned, by the way.
yeah, I wasn't.
Just add on to the longevity stuff.
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a like long term game, right? I mean, like you just have to have that goal, and then from there, just start doing, and then and while you're taking action, you're gonna end up adapting to your environment. Of course, there's gonna be shit that happens. There's gonna be people that like come and go, right? Like I imagine life as a store where people come in and come out. Like people come in, take shit, and come out, and yeah, they get what they need, right? And so that's why not a lot of people you meet in life are gonna be there forever. So that's like that's one thing that I had to learn, and Fredo had to learn too. That people that just that they come in and like some people take advantage. Some people they're grateful, and again they give back. Um, but yeah, you just have to have that goal, and that's it. Just be a good person when it comes to all that.
Yeah, you could tell he did not plan that at all. All I
Yeah,
heard
bro.
was like,
You
yeah,
come,
uh.
come here.
No,
I
no,
should
no.
have
But
said.
let me tell y'all though. Let me tell y'all though.
Etc.
Let me tell y'all though. And me and Sergio's girlfriend Lexi, like we got on his ass about this. This dude right here, he is stupid patient. I have never seen anybody more patient than this dude. This dude waited 3 years, right? He found me, and I teach for this, and he takes care of like all the business shit, like the little shit. But this dude is patient as fuck, because he waited all this time, and then he found me, and then that's when we built this, right? So this dude now lives the chillest life ever. Like I live a busy ass life, but this dude lives a chill ass life. Um, and it's just because he waited, he worked hard, he worked in silence. Like nobody knows what Sergio does. A lot of people don't even know his last name. Like what? Um, but yeah, it's all about the longevity game. Like fuck me, like this dude is living the best life ever at what 23? You're 23, turning 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Sergio just chills. Like he doesn't care about anything. Like Sergio is a real life poker face, straight up.
Bitch. I don't know how the fuck.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So you're studying right.
I'm not.
Nah, but anyways, you get the point though. Like play the long term game, and who knows? Like shit. Who knows? Like somebody in here could master this stuff, and then has the ability to translate it in X language, and we launch another part of the platform, and guess what? You're running it, right? But you got to play the longevity game. No, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like to
bro.
add to that, everybody's young in here, so I mean, like if you're under 50, then you're straight. Honestly, or under 40. Like how Gary Vee says. Who's
You
laughing at
said
me?
under 50 because you know there's people under 40 in the in the chat.
Nah, bro. Nah, not even that. Like even like Gary Vee says that. So
No,
I'm just
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
says.
Yeah, I fuck with him a lot. Like, he's the one that put me in that mindset. Like, yo, I'm 21. I'm young as fuck. Like, what the hell, dude? There's, like, fucking Matt. You're 18, bro. I didn't even start trading at 18. You're learning this stuff at 18. Like, what? I started trading when I was 19, 19 and a half. Yeah,
And like
19 and a half because I'm almost 2 years.
and to add to that, like Lexi even tells me like she has clients that they got rich like when they were in their 40s or 50s. So I mean,
Shit.
like that's one thing too that like affects a lot of people is they're in a hurry. Like
Fuck yeah. Everybody.
they're in a hurry, and like that affects you like mentally, and like it can even affect you, physically. Like people get in car crashes just because they're in a fucking hurry. You know what I mean? Like people don't think about that. They're just in a rush.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had that problem. I was in the rush to be rich, so I used to over leverage. But that's everybody, though. That's everybody. Everybody does that. It's just because we're in such a rush. And, like, bro, once that rush, like, you stop that, bro, you live such a happy life. I'm happy as fuck, even though I still gotta balance school, life, y'all, trading, and even more school. But it's like, yo, like, I live a chill life. Like, even though I do more shit than your average person every day, I live super chill. I live super happy because I know that in the long run everything is gonna pay off. So all I know is that all I gotta do is work hard. But yeah, I'm not trying to rant on though. I'm pretty much done.
Don't forget about all your girls that you have to give time to and shit.
That's cat, bro. You know what happened with the girl that I tried getting at. Don't even
Hey,
say nothing,
man,
or else I'm gonna
forget
block you.
about that girl. Fuck that girl.
Nah, but yeah, guys, I'm pretty much good for today. Um, unless you guys have questions, you want to talk about something, you got whatever, bro, like whatever. And like bro, like I said, like I'm happy as fuck, but like I have like shit going on at home too. Like Sergio knows this, but it's like, bro, at the end of the day, think long term. Like, yeah, stuff at home isn't the best now. I'm gonna try to help them in whatever way I can. 2 to 3 months from now, everything will be good. And if it's not, okay, 6 months from now, it'll be good. Right? But also, the one thing that the last thing I'm gonna say to that is don't get lackadaisical. Like don't start to slack because you know that in the long run it'll pay off. Because then, you know, you start that laziness, then it becomes a habit, and then it becomes part of your routine, and then that's a wrap. Like you're fucked from there. Like I'm a lazy ass, but my routine is still, you know, I got to do this, and this before I go to sleep. All right. But yeah, guys, other than that, I mean, I think I'm done for today.